Get him, get him. That's the good TV right there. Aw, Gail, are you sad? Are you sad because she kissed somebody who's shorter than her? This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Today, I'm going to be reacting to the Hunger Games movie. It seems very random that I'm reacting to it now, but that is actually because I have a live show coming up for the prequel, which is the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That live show will be on Friday, July 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific time or 6 p.m. Eastern time. Many people decided to reread the entire Hunger Games series before reading the prequel. I am too lazy to do that, so instead I am just going to be watching the first movie of the Hunger Games franchise. I did read the book, but it was such a long time ago. Same thing for the movie. Haven't seen it in years, so I thought it might be fun to rewatch it now that it has been a really long time. Before we take a trip down to memory lane, I am going to put a link in my description for the Black Hills Fund to help fund Indigenous people to get legal help while they are protesting to protect their sacred lands. This summer, a lot of Indigenous people have been arrested and charged for protecting their sacred lands that have been desecrated. I am sending $1,000 to the Bail and Legal Defense Fund. A couple months ago, I also donated to another tribe that is raising money to move their homes to a safer place. So I will plug in both of those links to help donate to Indigenous people. Black Lives Matter is a huge movement going on right now, but Indigenous people have always been kind of left in the dust. So I just want to raise awareness and encourage donations to help Indigenous groups out if you can. Now, if you're wondering, Cindy, how are you always sending thousands of dollars to charities and just throwing money away? Well, that's actually thanks to sponsorships. Like I said, Squarespace is sponsoring this video, and they build beautiful websites for you that are super easy to make for all kinds of purposes. Even when collecting donations, you can support your cause by gathering contributions with PayPal, Apple Pay, Stripe, and Venmo. You can create email campaigns because this is an all-in-one platform that makes it really easy to unify your brand voice from your homepage to your emails. If you are interested, you can head to squarespace.com/readwithcindy to get 10% off of your first purchase of your website or your domain using my code readwithcindy. All right, I'm gonna start playing this movie. Let's see how much I remember. I like how instead of showing how the society was built and how this dystopian world came to be in the first place, they just slapped a bunch of text on the screen to just explain it to you in a very straightforward manner. Not even any imagery or anything like that. It's just like, here's the spark notes. Okay, while we're going through a montage of people being poor, while we cut to shots of Katniss being super clean for some reason while she's running through poverty, I just want to say, I really wish that Katniss had been played by a Native American actress. I think Jennifer Lawrence is super talented and she plays the role very well. But I feel like since the Hunger Games is based on America and it draws a lot of parallels to things that are going on in America, including all of these districts, it makes more sense for Katniss to be Native American because they would just enforce the themes that they have in this movie. And it would have been a really great way for an Indigenous actress to have made it big in Hollywood and gotten more exposure. It would have raised awareness for all the tribes in America who have been screwed over by the Capitol. But Hollywood isn't ready to talk about that.
What are you gonna do with that when you kill it?
Damn you, Gail.
Damn you, Gail. I was trying to shoot a deer, but you keep on taking up the screen time by forcing all this chemistry that we don't have.
1 year, what if everyone just stopped watching?
They won't, Gail.
What if they did? What if we did? Root for your favorites, you cry when they get killed. It's sick.
Gail.
No one watches, then they don't have a game. It's as simple as that.
Katniss is like, oh my gosh, I love it when my guy friends are so woke, and by woke, I mean they just do the bare minimum. Gail is like, dude, you know what? Killing children is wrong. We live in a society. The saddest thing about this whole movie is that Gail is such a conventionally attractive man, but he's so boring at the same time. It's like, what a waste.
How much?
You keep it. It's yours.
Wait, why? What was the reasoning for just giving away a pin for free to this girl? Isn't everyone in poverty? You can't afford to give away your shit for free.
Prim, it's okay.
Shh, Prim, you're being a buzzkill right now, okay? You're making us look fucking weird. Let's move on.
Now, before we begin, we have a very special film.
Brother turned on brother until...
This film is sponsored by SparkNotes because we were too lazy to actually show the background story.
Man and woman to fight to the death in a pageant of honor
Why did they cast Abercrombie models to act like they were a war hero? Like, out of all the actors you could have picked, you chose this guy?
Primrose Everdeen.
Dude, the mom literally has no reaction whatsoever. She's just like, oh man, that sucks. I think if she were a Karen, like in that TikTok that was parroting this scene, she could have totally changed the course of this entire story. If she was like, excuse me, my daughter will not be in the disgusting Hunger Games. Who is the manager of these Hunger Games? Because I would like to have a conversation.
What's your name?
Katniss Everdeen.
Well, I bet my hat that was your sister.
No, bitch, it was just a random stranger and I decided to volunteer for fun.
Peeta Malark.
Look at how devastated he is. My short king. What is he, like 5'2"?
Maybe I can.
I have an older sister, and let me tell you something. She would never do that shit for me. She'd be like, damn, Cindy got picked? Well, sucks for her. What's for dinner, Mom? Remember when I tossed that soggy bread at you in that flashback? Yeah, you kind of owe me.
Win this thing once.
I love it that she just gives him the silent treatment. She's like, bitch, you're like 5'3". I don't owe you shit.
That's enough of that food.
Ew, he put his foot on his chest. He's barefoot too? Where the fuck are your shoes? You nasty.
Very excited. And this moment here, this moment is a moment that you never forget.
Ooh, I'm getting tingles. Honestly, this is a good movie. Even though I'll be making fun of it for this whole video, I do think that this is a good movie. I think this is a fun dystopian movie for teenagers because then it starts to get them thinking about the world around them and how we treat people. Once again, it would have been nice if they incorporated people of color as one of the main characters because there are a lot of parallels to this story and what's going on in the real world, and this could have been a great teaching lesson for all of the kids who are reading this book or watching this movie. But Hollywood isn't ready to talk about that.
You really want to know how to stay alive? You get people to like you.
Ha, I would be dead within the first minute.
And those things only come from sponsors. And to get sponsors, you have to make people like you.
Squarespace, where are you? Skillshare, I need some bread.
Come on. Come on.
She's judging him so hard, and honestly, I don't blame her.
Better keep this knife. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, here's the thing. When I first watched this, it didn't occur to me that she ever saw Peeta as a threat, even though Hamish is like, he knows what he's doing. Because to me, he just looks like a doofus that's just waving outside the window. I would never consider him to be a threat. It's pretty clear throughout the movie that he's a simp. So he was never gonna kill Katniss at all. But this whole movie, Katniss is like, oh man, Peeta must be an evil mastermind who's trying to stab me in the back. When really, he's just like, oh my god, there's a crowd, let me wave at them. Dude, this girl's eyelashes is like my armpit hair when I don't shave.
And I'm here to help you in any way that I can.
Dude, Cinna was the coolest character in the movies and the books. This bitch kept it real the entire time. Also, his fashion design is amazing.
I just think somebody that brave shouldn't be dressed up in some stupid costume, now should they?
He's like, don't worry, bitch. We're gonna hoe you up. You're gonna be the prettiest hoe in the ball. He is the kind of cool dude that I know if he didn't live in the Hunger Games universe and he lived in our universe, he would be that cool millennial living in a loft in San Francisco with his boyfriend. We stan a king. That's badass. That is badass. Cinna is amazing. He should get a promotion. Dude, even Peeta looks kinda cool. Katniss is like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't touch me. It's so funny how Katniss just thinks that Peeta was like planning all of this shit, but Peeta's just like, I just wanna hold her hand. She has such pretty hands. How is this guy even intimidating? He looks like every frat boy who's going to a Halloween party dressed up as a gladiator. This is the Hunger Games, not the beer pong games, okay? You got nothing to worry about.
I know. Now,
If I was gonna die, at least I would go out in a bougie way, so I appreciate that. Wait, that bed does not look comfortable at all. That's just like a slab of concrete with a thin ass mattress on top of it. Dude, can you imagine if your entire wall was a TV screen? I would never leave the bed. But also, why is the TV screen on the side of the bed instead of in the front? Because then you're gonna be laying in bed, but then you're gonna have to turn your side the whole time. Then you're gonna get a cramp in your neck, and this just doesn't seem like very practical interior design. Who designed this room? I wanna know.
Alive. Who that is depends on how well.
I'm gonna be honest, he looks like he had auditioned for Peeta and then he didn't get the role.
I'm all right.
She's better than all right. My father buys her squirrels.
Peeta's strong.
What?
He can throw a 100-pound sack of flour right over his head.
Well, I'm not gonna kill anybody with a sack of flour.
No, but you might have a better chance of winning if somebody comes after you with a knife.
I have no chance of winning. None. All right?
Peeta's like, why'd you have to bring this up? I was just simping over you and now you gotta make it personal.
You know what my mother said? She said District 12 might finally have a winner, but she wasn't talking about me.
I mean, was she wrong though? His mom was like, oh, finally, District 12 might have somebody who's not a fucking pussy. I don't understand this flashback because first of all, what was she even doing just sitting out in the rain instead of at home? And why did he toss the bread at her? He just tossed it onto the wet concrete. He couldn't have just walked over a few steps and given it to her? Like at that point, I don't even want the bread anymore.
No. Hamish said we're not supposed to show our skills.
I don't care what Hamish said. Those guys are looking at you like you're a meal.
Katniss is like, listen, I don't care what Hamish says. You're looking like a fucking pussy out here and you're gonna make me look bad. So you better grow some balls and throw that slunk of metal, okay? Your balls better be as big as those metal balls, okay? If you throw it right, that's gonna show them how big you're packing down there. Aw, Rue's cute. Ooh, her partner is also kind of cute. But now's not the time, now's not the time.
Hey, Katniss. Shoot straight.
Bitch, does it look like she needs tips? Don't tell her what to do. She can shoot gay if she wants. You couldn't even throw bread at her properly. How about you shoot straight?
Thank you for your consideration.
Katniss is such a cool bitch. She really was the blueprint for YA female protagonists. Good for her. Why did they have to choose the most generic looking people to be the other districts? Ooh, there's my man. They should have been the winners. They should have been the main characters.
Peeta monologue. A score of 8.
8 is not bad. What did he do? Bake a cake? Even the other tributes have such generic ass fashion. Like, why do they all look like they're going to prom? Ooh, my man looks so good in a suit though. Damn, he should have been the main character. Ooh, he should have been the one cast as Peeta. Ooh, Hollywood wasn't ready for that.
It's quite an entrance that you made at the tributes parade the other day. Do you want to tell us about?
Well, I was just hoping that I wouldn't burn to death.
This is an easy crowd. She's literally making vanilla ass jokes and everyone's like, oh, this is hilarious.
Okay, well, the showers here are weird.
Showers?
Yes.
We have different showers.
I have a question for you, Caesar.
Hilarious. No. They're trying so hard to make Peeta seem like a charismatic dude. I don't know if I agree.
I don't think winning's gonna help me at all.
And why not?
Ooh, the scene is so juicy.
Because she came here with me.
Because she came here with me.
Well, that's bad luck.
Yeah.
Caesar's like, awkward. Anyway, has anyone tried the salad? Katniss is so fucking pissed. She's like, how dare you say you have a crush on me? You know what? I get it. I get why she would be offended. It's like the anger that you feel when you find out that this person thinks that they even have a chance with you. Like, the audacity.
I can sell the star-crossed lovers from District 12.
We are not star-crossed lovers.
We are not star-crossed lovers. I'm a Hollywood actress, and he's nothing but a simp.
You too?
She's like, hey, simp, you want to do round 2? Now that Hamish isn't here, I'll finally beat your ass.
You know, if I'm gonna die, I want to still be me.
I just can't afford to think like that.
This is why I like Katniss as a protagonist, because she's like, listen, I'm just here to fucking win and get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not here to try to make a statement or be a hero or anything. I'm just here to hit it and quit it. I'm here for a long time, not for a good time. Don't listen to Drake. That's such a terrible workplace setup. Like, imagine sharing a table with like 9 other people and you don't even have an actual computer monitor. You have to bend over and hunch your back over the computer screen just to play around with the buttons. For a society that's so advanced, I feel like they are way behind when it comes to ergonomics.
25, 24, 23, 22.
I liked that cut. No countdown, just silence, just him. He doesn't speak because he has no personality. We just look at his face instead. That's a good director move. Dude, she's running so slow. Get the hell out of there. What are you doing? You're supposed to run. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Dude, get the fuck out of there. That kid looks like he auditioned for Dustin on Stranger Things, but he didn't get the part. Oh my god, dude. They be doing too much. Ooh, this is fun. This is like a little goodie bag. You know, like when you go to the conference or a convention and then they give you like little goodie bags of useless stuff that you don't need, like a water bottle that has no water in it. What if she got like random shit, like little stickers and bookmarks and keychains, and she's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Sure she went this way? Yeah, I'm sure.
The betrayal. She's like, damn. Short guys really ain't shit. I like how he was able to blend in so easily with this group because he looks just about as generic as the rest of them. The game makers are like when you play The Sims and then you get bored, so you just randomly set fire to your Sims house. I can't take any of these tributes seriously because they're acting like they're hazing someone instead of literally just trying to survive. Also, it doesn't help that they look like the cast from the CW. Dude, that's a gnarly wound. That's what my butthole looks like after I eat a whole bag of hot Cheetos in one sitting. How are all of them asleep? Isn't the whole point of just staking out and waiting for her is so that one person can stay awake the whole time? Because if they're all asleep, then she could have just easily ran away whenever she wanted. So they're not even being a good team and working together. How are they even alive? Literally nobody is awake. How are you gonna have a stakeout and wait for her to come down if everyone is just gonna knock out whenever they want? Dude, this reminds me when my friend and I ate special brownies on Thanksgiving. We were basically seeing the same kind of shit she was seeing. It's a good time. Just ride the wave, Katniss. Ride the wave. Ooh, seeing duplicates of people? I haven't had that before. That looks fun. Dude, her face looks like she just opened a TikTok filter and she's like, Ooh, did he apply that onto her? You know, he may be a simp and he may be a short king, but he's a good dude. Did he get those for her too? What a man. Oh no, wait, it was Rue. My bad. I gave Peeta too much credit. Should have figured. What was he actually gonna do for her? Bake a cake?
How long was I asleep?
A couple of days.
A couple of days? The fuck? Honestly, that's me whenever I take a depression nap. Wow, knocking out has been the fastest way to just speed up the games without actually having to do anything or show the plot.
Is all of that true? You and him?
Rue's like, you guys are full of shit, aren't you? Because you're like an 11 and he's an 8 if I close my eyes. Dude, he is like the worst guard ever. He literally had one job. He just stared at one direction the whole time and he didn't even survey the land. How did they survive this long? Dude, you had one job and you messed it up so bad. Yeah, you're gonna get what's coming to you. Oh, shit. Like that? All right. I mean, I was just joking around, but okay. I mean, he did a pretty bad job though, so. Like, if he couldn't even guard, what else could he have contributed to the team? He wasn't a good partner in this group project, so he's gotta go. But then he got her. Shit. Damn, she's super calm despite having a spear stuck through her fucking gut.
Sing.
That's so random. If I was gonna die, why would I randomly request this acquaintance that I met the other day to sing for me? What if she wasn't good at singing, you know? Then that's just kind of awkward. She's just like droning all tone deaf and you're like, good job. I can't believe this is the last thing I'm hearing before I die. See ya on the flip side, Rue. Oons, oons, oons. Again, this is why Katniss should have been casted by a person of color, because now it just looks like this white girl started a whole race war. Think about how relevant it would be if Katniss had been a person of color and you saw this scene play out and you see what's going on out in the world out there. Again, Hollywood isn't ready to actually portray this.
Oh my god, Peeta!
Dude, has this guy been hiding the whole time? What if somebody stepped on him? He'd be like, ugh, ow. They'd be like, huh, what was that? He'd be like, nothing, I'm just a rock, carry on. You call that a kiss? Hey, Mitch, they're minors, so you better watch it.
Medicine?
No. Soup.
No, it's a condom. For some reason, Hamish decided to give that to us. I don't know what he's trying to suggest.
After that, I watched you going home every day.
Edward Cullen who?
Every day.
All right, Peeta, we get it. You're a simp. Fucking simp? You gonna bleed out, you fucking simp? Aw, cuddle time.
Even if I don't make it.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Peeta. You're kind of ruining the mood over here. We can't have sexy time, so you're gonna act like you're gonna die at any second. Get him, get him. That's the good TV right there. Aw, Gail, are you sad? Are you sad because she kissed somebody who's shorter than her? All right, he's asleep. Let's fucking bounce. He's getting way too clingy for me. This was a good TV moment, but now we gotta get the hell out of here.
No, it's too bad that you couldn't help your little friend.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm getting racist vibes from her.
Yeah, well, we killed her. And now?
Bitch?
For real.
Dude, honestly, he's kind of cute. I kind of wish he had been Peeta instead. Simba.
Peeta! Peeta! Oh!
Are you okay?
That's Nightlock, Peeta! You'll be dead in a minute!
Peeta, you fucking dumbass! Why am I attracted to dumbasses like you? You're like a himbo, but you're not even hot. What madness is this? Wait, he died? We didn't even get to see him die? I'm like deeply offended by this. Why are the only black characters in this movie a little girl who's only being used for a tearjerker moment for the main character and a guy who we don't even see the death for? Dude, if I was Katniss, I would be so confused because there's two blonde guys hitting each other and I'd be like, I can't tell who is who. I would be so confused on who to shoot because I wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
And we both go down and you win.
All right, cool. Win-win situation.
It's the only thing I know how to do. Bring pride to my district. Not that it matters.
If it doesn't matter, why are you boring us with this long-ass monologue?
The previous revision, allowing for 2 victors from the same district, has been revoked.
All right, bye, Peeta. It was nice knowing ya.
Go ahead.
Damn, Peeta doesn't even try because he knows he doesn't stand a chance anyway. He's like, dude, my mom didn't even think I would survive this long, so.
2.
He's like, shiny hair. Yes, I know my hair is luscious even though we've been in the wilderness for 2 weeks.
Stop! Stop! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the winners of the 74th Annual Hunger Games.
Okay, here's what I don't understand. Wouldn't it still be good TV if they both went out? Like, that would be a more epic ending, I guess, because they loved each other so much that they decided to both kill themselves instead of killing each other. So I don't understand why the Capitol would be incentivized enough to stop the games and look like a fool. Peeta just believes this whole shtick. Wow, she really does love me. And she's just thinking, wow, Peeta's a really good actor. And that concludes the Hunger Games movie. Don't forget to unsubscribe from my channel, and goodbye.
You're just